Today I'm going to show you how I get this natural everyday makeup look. I definitely do not wear this makeup every day, but this isn't the most natural that it gets. I'm usually a pretty glam type of girl, so if I am going to wear makeup, I usually cake it on, not going to lie. So if you want to see how I get this look, then keep on watching. Alright, natural makeup time. Let's get started. I'm going to start off with the Anastasia Brow Gel in Taupe, and then I'm going to fill in the tail ends and fluff out the front with the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer in Dark Blonde. I'm going to go ahead and do my brows off camera and I'll be right back. The first step in my makeup routine is always my eyebrows. Now that the brows are on, I'm going to start concealing my under eyes. Now I'm very pale and I always have purplish blue tones underneath my eyes no matter how much sleep I got. So I'm going to start off with the Becca Under Eye Corrector in the shade Light. This is my favorite thing, holy grail product. I can't live without this. I'm just going to take a little bit on a brush and I'm going to put this underneath my eyes, drag it just a little bit, it doesn't have to go very far, and kind of up into that like inner corner as well because I have some blue tones there. And then also right on the end, on the corner, I'm just going to dab a little bit of that to conceal some redness. And then when I'm done with this, I'm going to pat it out with a damp beauty sponge. I'm going to prime my face using the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. I love this. It keeps my makeup on all day. I'm going to apply this in my T-zone, so mostly on my nose, between my brows, a little bit on my forehead, on my chin, my smile lines, because I smile so much that my makeup creases really bad in those areas. And then I'm going to smooth the rest out onto my cheeks. I don't use very much of this usually. I just pop it on to my T-zone, honestly mostly my nose, because my nose is my problem area. The rest of my face doesn't usually have that many problems, but I'm just gonna smooth that over. So now my face is nice and sticky. It's ready for the concealer and the foundation that we're about to apply. Next, I'm going to apply concealer. I'm going to use the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. I'm using the shade Light 1, obviously. Using that on my IT Cosmetics concealer brush, and I'm kind of just stippling this on underneath my eyes. And then once I'm done concentrating the product directly under my eye, I'm gonna move down on my cheeks. I do tend to get a lot of redness, but on natural makeup days, I like to keep that rosiness shining through just a little bit, keep my natural blush, because if I cover it all up too much, then I look like a ghost. I'm also going to take this on my nose, but I don't want to use a lot of product on my nose, so I'm waiting until most of the product is deposited under my eye, and then I'm going to go onto my nose. I'm also going to take this onto my eyelids just a little bit to conceal the redness and the veins. We're not going to be doing a whole lot on the eyes today, so I'm not going too heavy with the coverage, but I just want to cover up a little bit of that redness so that they match the rest of my face. I'm also going to add a little bit around my chin. I tend to have redness. I have a couple little pimples popping up there that I want to cover up, like that little guy right there. Just kind of trying to cover up my problem areas, which happen to be my entire face, but it's a personal problem. And then I do have some blemishes up on the top up here. I'm just going to put a little bit of product on and kind of stipple it out around the edges so that it blends in. Stipple the rest around the nose just for good measure. The last cream product I'm going to be using before powder is my NYX Born to Glow Liquid Illuminator in the shade Sunbeam. I like this on natural days and glam days, honestly. It is a tiny bit glittery, but I don't have a problem with that. So I'm going to apply this to the high points, and then I'm going to just drag the rest all over my face. Because to be honest with you, this color is like, I guess it looks extremely, there you can kind of tell. It's pink. There's a pretty good, it's honestly kind of darker than my skin. So is this great to be putting on, you know, all of the places that I want to be lighter? Not necessarily, but when I put other products on top, they kind of blend in and it just allows a little bit of light to come through. I'm gonna bring a little bit of that on my forehead. I like to use my fingers for this. It doesn't usually get unruly, but the warmth from my finger actually helps to blend it a little bit, especially because I'm coming up on the edge of that concealer from under my eyes. So there I have kind of a nice natural glimmer. If I zoomed in, you'd be able to see the glitter, but I'm sure that you guys trust me. And we're going to be covering up the color so it won't show through, I promise. I'm just going to blend that down my nose a little bit. Get it a little bit in that little crease, because I like that look there. Dot the excess around. I'm gonna go up by the brow. I don't really have much, you know, product that's actually spreading, but any excess product that we can move around the face, we're going to. So I'm going to set my under eyes with my Maybelline Fit Me powder, sorry for blinding you, in the shade 110. And then I'm also going to be using this brush. It's like a pointed powder brush, and I got this in a brush set on Amazon. If you have never tried Amazon brush sets, read the reviews. Definitely read the reviews, because if you don't read the reviews, you might get sent something that is not worth your money. But I got 10 brushes for $10, and I still use probably 4 or 5 of them. Not all of them were shapes and sizes that I wanted to use, but that's okay, because 4 or 5 brushes for $10 is a really good deal. And these brushes are really soft, really good quality. I've washed this brush, I can't tell you how many times, and it's still holding up. It's really, really well packed with bristles. It actually has a tiny bit of like weight to it. And most of my brushes are drugstore. I only have like 1 or 2 that are higher end brushes, I guess you could say. But this feels really, really great compared to a lot of those. I'm gonna use this same powder to set the lighter areas of my face. So my chin, between my brows, and on my forehead. Just because this powder is a tiny bit lighter than the foundation that I have to wear today, I'm gonna put this on my nose. I'm not using a lot of powder because I don't want my makeup to look very heavy. I don't want it to look cakey. I don't want people to look at me and be like, wow, you're wearing a lot of makeup. Because when I wear glam makeup, it happens all the time. So for foundation today, I'm going to be using my Bare Minerals Original Foundation in the shade 05. This shade can be a tiny bit dark on me in the winter because, contrary to popular belief, I do actually get a little bit of a tan in the summer just from being outside. And I'm going to use this on a flat kabuki brush. I'm going to go in really, really lightly because I'm not looking to get too much coverage. And to be honest, you'll see that this doesn't give me a lot of coverage because I'm not using a lot of product, but that's okay because it's an everyday makeup look and I'm okay with my imperfections and my natural blushing to show through. So now that my foundation is complete, I'm going to be bronzing using my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Bronzer using my Eco Tools bronzing brush. So I'm just lightly dusting right above the hollows, kind of on my cheekbones. Really not going too heavy here, just trying to give me a little bit of color. And then I'm going to go in on the temples and my forehead and blend that into the contour on my cheeks. Blend that up and over into my hairline. And then with whatever is left over on my brush, I'm going to come down underneath my jaw. I don't want this to be super harsh. And then a little bit under my lip. Gives you a little bit more of a pouty look. I know I have a turtleneck on today, but I am going to bronze up my neck just a little bit because this is what I would normally do, just to make the color with the bronzer and everything added a little bit more natural, I guess, because I am white as a ghost, so bronzer on me is pretty obvious. I'm not going to be contouring my nose today, but I am going to take a little bit of my bronzer and just lightly dust the sides of my nose to give it some definition, and then underneath and kind of around that ball. And as you can see, not the ball, the bottom of my nose, so that it kind of gives you that little round ball nose look. You guys know what I'm talking about, cute as a button nose. So I'm going to do that, and as you can see, the NYX highlighter is actually still showing through, so it's not like I'm covering my nose with a brown layer of bronze. So then I'm going to take my bronzer and I'm going to swirl my Morphe M441 brush in there. It's just a big fluffy blending brush, and I'm going to blend this in the crease, and then I'm going to kind of windshield wiper it all the way up to my eyebrow, grab a little bit more, and then I'm going to sweep that onto my eyelid. For some natural smoky color. I'm going to add some Tarte blush in Quirky with a Sonia Kashuk stippling brush to my cheeks. To finish up the face, I'm going to take some Maybelline Master Chrome in the shade 250, and I'm going to highlight the high points of my cheeks, bring that around, sweep a little bit on the forehead, a little bit right down the center of my nose, Cupid's bow, chin. We're going for a glowy look today. I'm also going to take the same highlighter for above my brows and my inner corner. Not above my brows. My brow bone, below my brows. Just like that, just a little bit. Don't want to do it overboard, although there's nothing wrong with some glow. I'm also going to take this on my inner corner. And lastly, for the face, I'm going to use my Morphe Continuous Setting Mist to set it all in place so it lasts all day long. Before I go in with mascara, I'm going to do some eyeliner. So I'm going to tightline my upper lash line with the Colourpop eyeliner in Swerve, and then I'm going to line my bottom waterline with the Colourpop eyeliner in Honeydude. So now that that's done, I'm going to go in with my L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara. Now you could stop there, or you can add some extra length with the Maybelline Define-a-Lash mascara, which I'm gonna do today because I love how it looks. So the last thing I'm gonna do today is add the Milani gloss in the shade Champagne. Now, I would not always add a gloss, especially if I was going to work or something like that. But this one is really pretty. Makes your lips look super juicy. It's super pretty natural nude, especially for somebody with my skin tone. And if you're going for kind of a natural glam look, then adding a gloss is the perfect way to put the cherry on top and give you that extra kissable pout. Alright, this is my natural makeup all complete. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Bye!